In this video, we're going to be taking an in-depth look at the Kimafun wireless monitoring system. It can be used in a number of different ways, though this channel is specific for music. I'm a musician, and so mostly I'm going to be focusing on how a musician might use something like this. This is a wireless kit that operates on the 2.4 gigahertz network, so it's really affordable. It's not going to be as reliable as an RMF system. They can be like $600, $800. You'll probably be looking at the Shure and the Audio-Technica products, but if you're interested in this, chances are that that is far out of your budget, as it is for most people. This I've been using personally in my church gig every single week, and it's been performing pretty reliably. So something you'll want to keep an eye out for, or rather an ear out for, is when you travel to a venue and you want to use this, just make sure, give it a listen and walk around the room a little bit and just make sure that you're not experiencing any interference. In the case that I simply switched channels. You have 6 channels here to choose from. And that cleared up the interference. It worked flawlessly after that. Changing channels on this unit is very easy. So once you turn it on here, simply, you can see it's paired on channel 1. Press the channel button once to switch to 2, or again to 3. It'll be blinking. When you switch it on the transmitter and the receiver both, they'll blink until they're a solid color, and that's how you know they're paired on channel 3. The operational range is up to 20 meters, and I found that to be true. Within 20 meters, it works great. It's very reliable. The further you go outside that range, the more likely you are to experience it dropping out every now and then, or I also noticed every now and then I'd hear a little bit of distortion in the high end. Both the transmitter and the receiver have rechargeable lithium batteries inside, which will get you around 6 hours of constant use. They are rechargeable with a standard USB-C type connection here, and they do give you a cable. It's a unique cable I've never seen before. It's USB Type A split to 2 cables that go to USB Type C, so you can actually charge them off of the same port. When you turn on the transmitter and receiver, the battery life, how much battery is left, is going to be displayed here in these 4 little LED lights. On the receiver, we have a set of controls here just to adjust volume. So what you want to do is send the maximum volume possible through the transmitter, and that just gives you a larger range to work with here. That's an absolutely necessary feature that you need on something like this, because oftentimes you don't have access to, or you don't want to be going back and forth between whatever device is sending you the feed. The receiver also has a clip here which you can use to attach to a belt loop, or what I usually do is throw it just on the outside of my back pocket. In a second, we're going to get a chance to listen to how the Kimafun actually sounds. I'm going to play a song for you direct in, and then just the same song played through the wireless system. And the people that are really in tune to audio and stuff are definitely going to notice a decline in quality. You should know that this is something that's just inherent to the design of wireless. You know, you're taking an analog signal, converting it to digital, transmitting it over a distance, and then converting that digital signal back into analog. There's going to be some change in the quality, and I just want to display that so you know what you're getting into with this. The really nice thing about this product is that it's stereo, and a lot of the other options in this price range, and quite a few of the products in a higher price range, are mono. This is actually stereo, and it's been working reliably for me, so that is one of the big selling points, I think, of this. Right now we're going to take a listen to what the Kimafun monitoring system sounds like. So I'm playing back an original recording of mine through the Rupert Neve headphone amp. I'm sending the maximum possible signal, so we have a good signal to noise ratio. So the headphone, or rather the transmitter, is plugged into that, and then the receiver is plugged into the mic input of my camera. I'm just going to flip back and forth, so the audio is still running through the headphone amp and then the camera preamp, but just a wired connection. So if you listen to that example and you heard a little bit of compression, I can say from using a lot of different headphone, like wireless in-ear systems, that is common. That's just what it is. That's what it sounds like. Pretty much every product has that sound. Before we wrap up here, I just want to go through a few of the accessories that this comes with if you decide to purchase it. You can check it out at the link in the description, by the way. So it comes with a carrying case, which is just mesh. It has a nice zippered compartment and a space for the transmitter and the receiver. You'll notice there's a third space here you can take out the foam, and you'll have another space for another receiver if you want. One of the nice things about this is that you can pair it with as many receivers as possible. So one transmitter could potentially power like 20 receivers. If you, for instance, had a string section that you wanted on in-ears, you could definitely do that with this unit. If you wanted to, you can buy an extra receiver on its own, or you can actually purchase a transmitter and 2 receiver combo or 4 receivers, whatever. So just take a second and look at all the different options they have. Also included is a set of in-ear monitors, which is a really nice thing to include here. They're nothing special. They sound good for what they are. Most importantly, for me, they worked really well in sealing in my ear and blocking out the outside noise. That is arguably the most important part of a good set of in-ears. You want to be able to block off all the outside noise, so what you're hearing is just coming from the earbuds. It does come with 3 different sizes of silicone tips, depending on your ear shape. Again, for everyone, it's gonna vary. They might fit your ear perfectly. They might, your ear might kind of fall in between 2 of the sizes. I think don't sweat it too much. Like, it is really nice to be able to use that, and you'll have an extra backup set. If they don't fit, chances are you'll want a separate set of in-ears anyway, and then at the very least, you have a backup with this set. There's also a very small clip here for attaching the cable to your shirt if you don't want it hanging around or something. I usually just thread it through the back of my shirt here and just down into my back pocket. And then lastly, a number of adapters, which are screw-on adapters and much more reliable than these ones that the jack just kind of sits in. So we've got 2 here to adapt it to a mono signal if you're working with a mono signal. Either the transmitter or the receiver is feeding a mono set of in-ears for some reason, or in the case of camera equipment, for example, a lot of cameras are mono, so that would work for this. We also have a stereo adapter. With the transmitter and receiver, they each come with a small extension cable. So there it is, the Kimafun wireless monitoring system. Let me know what you thought of this. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments down below. Kimafun did send me this so that I could review it. I never publish a video or product review of something that I haven't used live or that I wouldn't feel comfortable using out when I'm playing, and this passed the test. So anyway, take it with a grain of salt. The product was provided in this case. Take care, thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll see you in the next video.